The Gospel of Luke. Inasmuch as many have taken in hand to set in order a narrative of those things which have been fulfilled among us, just as those who from the beginning were eyewitnesses and ministers of the word delivered them to us, just as those who from the beginning were eyewitnesses and ministers of the word delivered them to us. It seemed good to me also, having had perfect understanding of all things from the very first, to write to you an orderly account, most excellent Theophilus, that you may know the certainty of those things in which you were instructed. This tells us the occasion of the writing of the Gospel of Luke. He's writing to this important person. He's called most excellent. That means he's a powerful, important person. And there's some suspicion we may know who that is, we may not. But it looks like he's already been instructed in these things. And Luke is trying to lay down what happened so that he can be even more certain of those things. Okay, let's keep going. There was in the days of Herod, the king of Judea, a certain priest named Zacharias of the division of Abijah. His wife was of the daughters of Aaron, and her name was Elizabeth. And they were both righteous before God, walking in all the commandments and ordinances of the Lord, blameless. Now notice, both of them, both Zacharias and Elizabeth, were righteous before God. That if they died, that they would have been found righteous because of what they did and what they didn't do. Walking in all the commandments and ordinances of the Lord, blameless, perfectly. Both of them. That's enough right there to silence those foolish people. Those foolish people who call themselves Christians, and they dispense heresies. 7. But they had no child, because Elizabeth was barren, and they were both well advanced in years. So, not only were they advanced in years, but Elizabeth was barren. That's why they didn't have children, even up to that point. Verse 8, So it was that while he was serving as priest before God in the order of his division, according to the custom of the priesthood, his lot fell to burn incense when he went into the temple of the Lord. And the whole multitude of the people was praying outside at the hour of incense. Then an angel of the Lord appeared to him, standing on the right side of the altar of incense. Can you imagine that? He's in doing his priestly duties, and there's not anyone else inside. Suddenly he notices someone standing right next to the altar. And when Zacharias saw him, he was troubled, and fear fell upon him. But the angel said to him, Do not be afraid, Zacharias, for your prayer is heard, and your wife Elizabeth will bear you a son, and you shall call his name John. And you will have joy and gladness, and many will rejoice at his birth. So that's great news. It's great news for Zacharias, especially that an angel showed up, to say that your prayers have been answered. Verse 15, For he will be great in the sight of the Lord, and shall drink neither wine nor strong drink. He will also be filled with the Holy Spirit even from his mother's womb. And he will turn many of the children of Israel to the Lord their God. That's great. He will also go before him in the spirit and power of Elijah, to turn the hearts of the fathers to the children, and the disobedient to the wisdom of the just, to make ready a people prepared for the Lord. So this is interesting, to turn the hearts of the fathers to the children. So the fathers' hearts had turned against the children, their own children, and turned away from their own children. It's so sad. And the disobedient to the wisdom of the just. And this is important in light of our recent videos. The disobedient, he's going to turn the disobedient to the wisdom of the just, of the equitable, the ones doing what is right. And they're going to learn the wisdom of those who are doing what's right, to make ready a people prepared for the Lord. And Zacharias said to the angel, "How shall I know this? For I'm an old man, and my wife is well advanced in years." Basically, he's saying, I don't believe it. Prove it to me. Show me a sign. And, you don't blame him. I mean, they're well along in years, and, it's like, well, how's my wife going to have children at this age? And the angel answered and said to him, "I am Gabriel, who stands in the presence of God, and was sent to speak to you and bring you these glad tidings." Wow. He is Gabriel, who stands in the presence of God. Zacharias got an angel come to him who stands in the presence of God. Verse 20, "But behold, you will be mute and not able to speak until the day these things take place, because you did not believe my words, which will be fulfilled in their own time." So the punishment is that he will not be able to speak until these things happen. And it says, which will be fulfilled in their own time, kind of hinting that it might take a while. And so you're going to be mute the whole time, no matter how long it takes. Verse 21, "And the people waited for Zacharias and marveled that he lingered so long in the temple." Like, what? What in the world was taking you so long? But when he came out, he could not speak to them. And they perceived that he had seen a vision in the temple, for he beckoned to them and remained speechless. So it was, as soon as the days of his service were completed, that he departed to his house, his own house. Now after those days his wife Elizabeth conceived, and she hid herself 5 months, saying, "Thus the Lord has dealt with me in the days when he looked on me to take away my reproach among people." Now in the 6th month, the angel Gabriel was sent by God to a city of Galilee named Nazareth. So I think we'll pick this up next time. It's interesting that she says, "He looked on me to take away my reproach among people." That there was something wrong. I mean, not wrong like morally wrong, but something that wasn't comfortable for her about how people saw her. Being up in age and married and not being able to have children. So, may the Lord bless you as you seek him with all your heart.